Voice TV. We out here with my man Burns.
What's
hey
good?
man, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
What's good? What's good? I'm Bernie Burns. This is Burns-O-Matic, Burns Instrumentals. Burns for short, but you know everybody knows me as Bernie Burns. I'm here, finally connected with Voice TV, man. I've been seeing your work, and I'm like, yo, I got to connect with this brother, and we can make something happen. Just record something, you know what I mean? Get us chopping up. So I appreciate you coming through the lab, man.
Man, it's all love, man. I appreciate the invite to be here. So we in the lab right now. I'm seeing like records everywhere, man. It's all around. There's tons of records, man. Like, so where does this even start from? Like, where do you even begin? What's the origin of this whole like lab that I'm in, man? What's the beginning of it?
Man, the beginning of it, I found my first record was the Entombed record, the one with Juicy on it. That's one of the records I found in my mother's crib back in the day with the white background. They had purple vests and white shirts and stuff on. And I was like, man, what is this? And then I found Slick Rick, the children's story. When I first heard that, I was like, man, I wanna rap. I want to do something. And this kind of grew from there, you know. It eventually led to, you know, writing in the back of my little notebooks and stuff in school. Because I was always an MC before, you know. I would be in school rapping at the lunch table, rapping on the school bus, you know, cutting up and having a good time with it. And I was always a Wu-Tang fan. But when I first heard the Raekwon, Glaciers of Ice, when I heard that beat, I said, hell, I gotta make beats. I gotta start chopping some records, man. And just eventually just grew from there. Listening to RZA, Premier, Knots Raw, you know, the list goes on. But, you know.
That's pretty dope, man. So it just seemed like, you know, when you talk about making beats, like I said, my brother makes beats too.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seemed like it's an artistry in a sense. So what do you get from, you know, like you said, you had the influences, RZA, you know, DJ Premier, you know, listen to different beats and stuff. Glaciers Ice, that was like one of like an impactful song for me. So what do you get out of like just making beats and stuff, man?
Making beats, what I get out of it, I get not just a rush, but I also get a certain sense of satisfaction. I get damn, I can make this. I can take a sound, I can completely transform it into this. Or I can have an idea, and I can get on the MPC, on the keyboard, take it from a record, chop it up, rearrange it, and create something completely different. I can create a vision, you know. It's crazy. It's almost, I don't know if it's when you see things come to pass, come into light that you actually had a thought of before, that was just an idea, it's amazing, you know.
So it's like, it's some sort of like empowerment, just like, yo, listen, I created this.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's like, it's a creation. It's, people say they get a really awesome rush when they have children that are born, because that's something you conceive. The mother carried the child for 9 months or so, you know. The different things that had to go into place for that child to come to birth, it's the same thing I feel with the music. So many things, so much different life experiences, different life ideas, events, hardships, ups and downs, you know, I take it out on the music, you know. And it's a way to release, for real, it's a way to release, and just let it be known, hey look, I got something for the world to hear, and I'm gonna put it through the music, you know.
That's pretty dope, man. So your influences are, so who you would say your influence, you kind of alluded to it, but so what, not necessarily that. So what would you say like your style is? How did you come up with your style? Because I see you have like a lot of records, and many people don't even use like the techniques and stuff like that anymore. So like, is it almost like paying homage to like what you saw growing up? So how do you break that down?
It's funny you asked that. I always wanted to be like the people that I heard. When I first heard the RZA on the first RZA beat that I heard was Method Man, METHOD, man. I was like, damn, okay. That sounds like something I heard before. I couldn't put my hand on it, you know. I was like, I want to do something like that, you know. When I first heard Biggie Smalls' Give Me the Loot, I'm like, damn, I heard that shit somewhere. So with me pulling the stuff from the records, I'm just pulling from the stuff that I always I grew up listening to it, and I always loved 70s music. You know, Sanford and Son, Fred Sanford is probably my favorite show of all times. Just the whole essence of it. You know, I don't know what it is, it's just a thing. But the sounds, just the real gritty sounds, and the keyboards are cool. It's great to create new stuff. But when I hear something played by, I don't really use like the James Browns and the people who are more popular. I try to go to more obscure stuff. I can't see all no names because I don't want y'all biting my shit. But I pull from different places, and it is a form of paying homage, you know, because they have a lot of machines out there where you can chop up beats and stuff, and they chop the samples up for you. It's a lot easier to do. I like doing it with the MPC. I like doing it by hand, you know, so I can completely manipulate the sound. So yeah, it's definitely paying homage, definitely.
Okay, so being that you know you're paying homage and stuff, and you using records and stuff, does that and when you talk about hip hop, when you think about all other genres, hip hop is fairly new. It's young.
Yeah.
You know, so do you think by using other samples and stuff in your music when we create beats and making beats, do you think that gives you a greater appreciation for other genres of music or other eras of music?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Man, digging in the records, I find so much other artistry. It's crazy. You know, it's one thing just to listen to what's on the radio, which you listen to the radio now is not really diverse. You don't get a wide spectrum of everything if you listen to one or two different stations. So going into the records, digging in the crates, I find all sorts of things. And people say, hey, if you want to find something, Google it. Look it up on YouTube. Well, everything on these records, you're not going to find on YouTube. You're not going to find on the internet. You know, I've got some records. It's an African saxophone player. I'm going to say the brother's African name, Fela, F-E-L-A. Brother's amazing. He's got some, man, it's amazing. There's one guy named Masakela. He just passed. I can't say one guy. I got to pay the brother respect. A brother named Masakela. He was a trumpet player. He just passed sometime in the last few months. He was from Africa. He was really all about our people, you know, all that good stuff. And he's got some magnificent work, you know, that I found on record at a flea market, digging in the crates, you know. So that's why I always say, going to the records, you never know what you're gonna get, you know.
Do you feel like when you go to the records and you mentioned it has like a gritty sound, does it put you in a different place?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The warmth of the analog sound it's a lot different from finding it, you know, different things that are on online. There's something about taking it straight from the record, not necessarily just hearing the bits and crackles and all, but just the overall warmth. It has a natural warm sound because of the analog and the sciences in it. With the digital format, it's a bit different because it's recording in what's called the ones and zeros with like the binary codes and all that. With the analog, it doesn't have any drops in the frequency. It's a thing, but yeah, it's a completely different sound. And once you start listening to this stuff, that's why we listen to music now. The newer music, it almost has an empty type of sound to it. It may have the bass and the hi-hats and all that, but it doesn't have the same thing as when you listen to an Earth, Wind & Fire record. It's full, you know, it's robust. The sound is thick. It's got a texture to it. Now, the majority of the music you listen to, it's all, you know, it's all digital, all keyboard, you know, for the most part.
Man, it's funny to hear you talk about it because, like me personally, when I was in school, I hated science, right? I hated science, right? But just to hear that you have like a passion for this, when you talking about like binary, and you talk about the different sound analogs and this and that, does it kind of trip you out to hear, like when you say certain things, do you realize that like, Dad, you know what? I've been doing this for so long that I've learned all this. It's a science that I've like broken it down. Like,
yeah, that's crazy. But being that you say that, I mean, because I've been doing it since 1994, 95, 96 or something like that. And then in 99, I was like, I really wanted it. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna start buying some real equipment, take my little fast food checks and trying to put them to the side and buying equipment, putting stuff on layaway. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's something just putting years and years and years in and learning the ins and outs and doing stuff with the recording process. It really does let you know, hey, you've got these functions and those functions. You got analog, you got digital. And it's it definitely gives you different textures and different sounds and certain things you can and cannot do. Back in the day, I started recording my stuff on cassette tapes. As a matter of fact,
There's a tape right here.
got a tape right here, like old cassette tape right here. I would record my stuff on cassette tapes, and I was like, damn, if only I can get it where you can hear my hi-hats, because you couldn't hear my tick, 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 because there was so much air, so much static in the cassette tape. So when I first got my first CD burner, my first CD recorder, I'm like, yo, I can make beats, and I have all the hi-hats in it extra loud. They're gonna be extra crispy. Nobody else is gonna have this shit, right? So I go to record the beat, and I'm playing it in the crib. And when I put the beat in my car that I made, I'm thinking I'm gonna hear crispy hi-hats, but I hear the hi-hats are just shooting through the roof, and they're damage to the ear. So I'm like, you know what? There's something I got to do with it. There's a certain frequency. That's why when you listen to music in your headphones, if the snares are really loud and high and popping, that can damage your hearing quicker than the lower frequencies, the bass, like the actual low bass can, because it's a driving frequency. So different things you learn over the years, I'm like, damn, that's wild. That's wild.
That's crazy, man. So, like, with your process, all right. So when you like, all right, I'm gonna make a beat. So how does that process go? Do you have like a certain feeling internally? You're like, man, I feel a certain way, so I'm gonna kind of make it like a gloomy beat, or like, man, I feel happy today, man. I want to make it like a upbeat type of beat, man. Like, how does that work out?
Most of the time, it goes by really whatever samples I find, or if I'm out and I hear something, I'm like, damn, you know what? That reminds me of something I heard before. And I go back home and I'll find something and I'll chop it up and make it sound like whatever I heard. Crazy thing, what was it? I heard one of the Home Alone movies, I think it was part 2, when he was running down the street going back to his crib. They had this festive Christmas type music that was playing in the background. I was like, yo, that sounds like something. And then I was listening to the DITC, Digging in the Crates, Lord Finesse album they had put out. And they had a song called Dignified Soldiers, and they had a sample that was similar to that. When I heard it, I'm like, yo, it sounds like that joint that I heard from the Home Alone movie. It was a completely different sample though. But yeah, as far as with the process, really whatever I'm feeling that day, I'll come in and play something and damn, I like that. Or that makes me feel a certain way. So it sounds gloomy on the record, but I see where I can spice that up and make it more vibrant, So whatever I'm feeling, really.
Cool, man. That's what's up, man. So do you have any like projects or anything coming up, any type of work going on? Do you have certain people you're working with here in Charlotte, man? Just let the people know that.
Yeah. Oh, man. As far as the work that I already have out right now, because of course, not only do I do the production and the beats, and I do the mixing and mastering for projects, I also do the executive producing, that's overseeing, letting the artists know, hey, we should put this song, giving the overall direction. I've got a few albums that are out that are on, iTunes and not Rhapsody. It wasn't Rhapsody back in the day.
Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify, Google Play Music. The first one is this, The Gilded Age. This was actually my last full-length album that I put out. The Gilded Age. 16 tracks. I did all besides 3 of the beats. I had 2 or 3 of the beats. I had 2 other people do some beats for me. I did all the rest. But that's on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, Spotify, you name it. Okay. My own stuff. I also have out already Chillmatic, an artist I work with here in Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah, my man CJ Ice. I did all the engineering, mixing and mastering, overseeing that project. 7 songs, 7 bangers. And he's a young kid. He's like 24, 25. And he's like rapping, singing, giving you all of that, but it's all over the dope ass, hard ass beats. You know what I'm saying? It's real hip hop stuff, something you can bring out. That's on iTunes, Amazon, all the good stuff, Google Play. I got The Kid Unknown. Title of the album is The Champ Is Here. We just released that recently. All these are like recent projects. With The Kid Unknown, this is a full album. The Kid Unknown, man. We worked on this album for probably 3 or 4 years. Yeah, and we recorded maybe 30 tracks, I believe. But like 15 or so made it to the album. I want to 30 tracks. We recorded so much, man. It's crazy. Well, he actually sent me the tracks from Virginia, and I went and mixed them and did everything, mastered them and all. The Champ Is Here, but that's on iTunes, and that's been doing pretty decent too. So we got those, and then I have the Burn Instrumentals album. I wish they had one of the covers in here with me. I don't know where the hell they went to.
Speaking of the covers, man, can you hold this up again? Like when you wet?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you at? So you can focus on that, man. See, okay. And that's called what?
This is called The Gilded Age. It's shiny on the surface, but it's corrupt beneath. That's why on the album cover you see the one side is glamorous and glittery, you know, all the good stuff. The other side you see destruction. And when I put this album out, this was just as the economy was crashing a couple years ago, and I got a couple of awards for some of the songs I did. I got this Artist of the Month plaque on my wall up there. Nothing big, but when I was really heavy in the rhyming, this is one of the things where I was like, you know what? I really want this thing to happen. And the funny thing you ask about that, because as we go into, well, you know, I'll talk about the Burn Instrumentals before I get back to the artistry stuff. But as far as the next thing that's coming out, I got the Burn Instrumentals beat tape series coming out. A lot of people, since I've been here in Charlotte, have been hitting me up saying, look, Burns, I want to get some beats. I want some beats. I want some beats. I want some beats. I'm like, yeah, you want some beats? I got them for you. That's why I'm here. So I'm going to put out a series of albums just with beats, just production. So you can just pop them in and ride, and the beats are banging. I got scratching and cuts and everything in there. And it's all real. It ain't none of that bubblegum stuff. I don't do the bubblegum stuff.
Hey man, and that's one thing I appreciate about you, man, because it's almost like nostalgia in a sense when I hear you. Because definitely growing up, we both from Virginia, and also like we had some of the same influences in which like the music that we do like. You know what I'm saying? So like when I hear your beats and stuff, I'm like, yeah, yo, that's dope right there, man. That's official right there, man. So
appreciate
yeah,
that.
man. It's like that raw type, a gutter type of feel, man. Just like when you hear a beat, you bop your head, but you almost gotta make that mean face.
Yeah.
I get that when I hear your beats, man. So I definitely appreciate that, man.
Man, thank you. That's big, man.
Man, so
that's what I want.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's definitely what I get from it. So for the people out there, man, like that want to follow you, where can they find you at?
Okay, you can find me on Instagram. Bernie Burns 95, BERNIE BURNS 95. That's on my Instagram. I do most of my posts with my beats up there. I'm on Twitter as well. I just go out there and find the news, but still Bernie Burns 95, and Bernie Burns on Facebook. But get at me on IG. I got those. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, man. I got some stuff coming. I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about this on camera. But I got a project with my man Lunatic from out of Virginia. He's part of the Diamond Dialect crew, the same crew that the Kid Unknown is in. This is literally like an updated version of the Wu-Tang, because there's so many brothers in the camp. All of them get down. But the Kid Unknown shit is crazy, and the Lunatic joint that we're doing, it's going to be 6-7 tracks, and I'm doing all the beats for him. The rhyming is crazy as hell. He got I don't know what to be saying this other joint, but man, the shit is crazy. I'm so amped about it because when he sent me the tracks, he actually drove down from Virginia to record.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. He got some special guest appearances I can't say the names. I'm actually from Smithfield, Virginia.
Okay.
We refer to it as the 8th city because in Virginia they have
The 7 cities.
the 7 cities. You know about
right.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. So the 8th city is comprised of Smithfield, Franklin, Surrey County, Windsor, Ivor, all those areas like out in the country where I'm from,
Gotcha.
where people were overlooked. But we got some spitters and hitters out there, man.
That's what's up.
And I got this one with my man Ghetto Chris. I mean, he been lighting it up for the last few years, and I'm like, yo, like any piece of work that brother puts out that I can take part in, I want to help him with everything I can, because he's official. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, got some stuff for him and Lunatic coming up. This unreleased. It's like, I'm talking. They sent me these tracks within the last couple weeks.
Okay, so that's fresh then.
Man, this stuff is fresh, man. And I see why people be like leaking music and all.
Right.
This is gonna be crazy. But yeah,
That's what's up, man.
I can't wait.
That's what's up, man. I'm definitely gonna support it.
I
You know,
appreciate
like,
that.
cause I would say this. I've been one of the. I ain't gonna say one of the people. Well, I know I've been keep asking you and bugging you, like, man, listen, when you gonna put the beats out, man?
Yeah,
like, when
yeah,
you gonna put the
yeah.
beats
Matter
out
of
on
fact,
the
you asked me
tape and
about
stuff?
that.
Yeah, I asked you about that a couple of times, and you said it's gonna be out what? Maybe this month or next
I'm
month?
trying to put it out before the end of June.
Okay.
Before the end of June. As a matter of fact, honestly, I just gotta get my cover tightened up. My man Terrence X, who did the last Burn Instrumentals cover, is gonna do this one. He's gonna update some stuff for me. But yeah, just getting it out. I'm only gonna put it on Bandcamp though, because of the samples being a little hot and dirty. You know what I'm saying? But all my other stuff, all of the projects we're doing, you can get them all on iTunes, Google Play Music, Amazon, all that good stuff. Spotify.
Hey man, hey, that's what's up. That's what it is, man. And you know, I definitely appreciate you holding it down for Virginia, man.
Yeah.
You know, because that Virginia sound is something different. And you know, right now, when people think about Virginia, who they think about Clips, Pusha, right?
Yeah.
I would, especially now, Pusha.
Yeah, Pusha.
You know what I'm
Pusha
saying?
said lighting that ass up. Boy.
Yeah. That his album, I appreciate his album, man. It's definitely dope.
What was it? Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's official, man. But yeah, man, again, I appreciate it, man. Go ahead and put your plug in again before we sign off, bro.
Word, yo, check me out at Instagram, Bernie Burns 95. It's BERNIE, BURNS, the number 95. Let's get with me, man. Look, this ain't no Hollywood stuff. I ain't into all that Hollywood stuff. This is real deal. This is music. You know, we all people. I ain't about all that funny business. Get with me. Let's get some work done. And I even remix your project as well. Make this shit knock. Make it bang. But no bubble gum. Let's get it.
And we out, man.
We out.
TV, man. We signed out. Appreciate it, bro.
All that. Let's get it.